Hello, it's Jeanette with Geomazing Paper Crafts. Welcome to my craft closet. Today's project, I'm going to demonstrate how I made this little purse, this little gift box purse, and I have it with a little magnetic closure and also with a beaded handle. I'll show you how to do that too. Now it measures 2 inches this way, and it measures 3 inches this way, and it measures a little over I think about 2.5, 3 inches, not quite 3 inches tall. I'll measure it. Let's see, hold on a second. It's about 2 3/4. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now the inspiration for this purse was from Sam Donald, and she is in the UK. She's a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and she made a little box that was about this size, and she called it a little wedding favor box, and I really fell in love with this pattern. But I wanted to make it a little bit bigger to put a little bit more stuff in it. See? Not a lot of room. And to also give it a beaded handle. So I had to figure out how to do this beaded handle to keep it staying on there without ripping out. So let me show you how to first put together the box, and then I'll show you how to do this handle. You're going to need some jewelry tools and a few jewelry supplies in order to do that, but I'll show you in just a moment. So first you're going to need a piece of cardstock. This is some background DSB. This is Old Olive, and I'm going to use the polka dot side. And then I'm going to use a piece of this Sweet Taffy DSP, and I already cut it out with the Big Shot to save some time. And I cut it out with this labels and the third one up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, because it's going to be a good size to fit from here to here. Okay. Not quite 3 inches. Now, I know that they're going to be retiring this, and they're probably going to be retiring the background paper too. But if you have some of it, great, use it. If you don't, this will work with, of course, any dies that, you know, any label die will work really well with that. So I'm also going to need a piece of paper that measures just a little bit wider than this DSP here, and I'll show you why. It's pretty much just to reinforce it. This piece of paper measures 10.5 inches wide by 4 1/4 inches tall, and I'm going to bring out my Simply Score, and we're going to do some score lines here. Okay, let me make sure I've got it in camera here. Okay, now we're going to score this at 2 inches on the long side. Okay, and then we're going to score it at 5 inches, and then 7 inches, and then 10 inches. Now I'm going to flip this thing over, and I am going to score to this 2-inch mark down. And just to help me out a little bit, I'm going to put a ruler here around the 2-inch mark, and I'm going to score 1 inch down to that 2-inch mark on this side, and then at the 6-inch mark I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, now the reason you're doing that is it's to make this little crease fold in here. Okay, all right, now I'm going to flip it back over, and I'm going to turn it this way so that those 2 score lines that half score lines I made are on this side of the paper. Then I'm going to score it down, I'm going to score it at 1 1/2 inches all the way down. I apologize for the phone call. I'm back. And now I'm going to go ahead and just fold all of my score lines. Okay, we got this small one here. You want to do some really, really sharp folds on these score lines. Okay, this one here. This one here. course, we have this one here. Okay. And you have all of those nice and sharply folded. You're going to be getting rid of this one small rectangle here. Now the way I do it, I'm going to use this scissors and just go all the way up to that score line there. And then since I shake a little bit, this is the way I like to do it because I feel like I'm getting in the fold better. Okay, and then you're going to cut up all of these lines here. Paper snips will probably work too, or better with this. I just don't happen to see them on my desk right now. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to put, you can either put sticky strip here, but I'm going to use some fast fuse if it cooperates with me. I don't need that much, but we want this box to stay together pretty good. Okay, I'll fold it this way. Now, this is the front part here, so I'm going to fold these two flaps in, fold that one in, and then I'm going to put some fast fuse on this one here. And then we'll just fold it. I'm going to use my bone folder to just kind of make sure that's pressed in there pretty good and that this is attached pretty good there. Okay, and now those two score lines that you made, you can go ahead and fold those this way. Okay. Okay. Now here comes the little tricky part. When you go to attach this, of course you're going to have to fold it, but before I fold it in half, I like to reinforce the middle. So I'm going to put some fast fuse right down the middle, and I'm going to place this right in between here. Try to put it right in the middle. And yes, I know it extends over, but that's okay. You're going to use, here they are. Just go ahead and use your paper snips and just cut away here. All better. All right, now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' trimmer just to do the score line on here because I want to make sure that it's perfect. Not that I'm that much of a perfectionist, but I want these two arrows to line up perfectly so that I can make my score line perfect and so that it will fold perfectly in half. Okay, there it is. And now it'll fold perfectly in half for me. Okay, now we're done with that. Now determine which side you want of this to be the front. I think I want this side to be the front, so I'm going to put some fast fuse on the back side of this. Okay, and now from the front, I'm going to take this and try to center it the best you can. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. I'm folding that over before I attach it. Make sure that it's centered. And now open it up and just give it a press. Okay. Okay. So now it's time to put the magnet. Now, I'm using these really strong little magnets, if you can see how little they are. They measure about 1/4 inch by maybe 1/16 of an inch, I believe. Okay, And they're really, really strong. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It starts with an N. I'm not even going to try. Okay, I'm going to put a sticky strip on this little magnet here. I'm not a sticky strip. I'm going to put a glue dot. Sorry about that. I'm going to put a little glue dot here, right on the magnet. And then I'm going to position this where I want the magnet to be. And I think I want it to be right there. Okay. Then I'm going to take, and I'm going to, punch out a little 1 inch, half inch. Sorry, I'm punching out a half inch. See, I already have one already punched out. Circle. I guess I could use that too. And then I'm going to put another glue dot on top of the magnet. And then I'm going to put this in to cover the magnet. Okay. Now I'm going to grab another magnet, and it's going to pop right there. So it's positioned for me, and I'm going to put another glue dot on top of that magnet, and I'm going to put another circle on top of that. No, I'm not doing the circle yet. Sorry about that. Now I'm going to close this thing. Okay, and I'm going to do this so that I can position that magnet where it's going to be on the purse on the other side. Okay, then I'm going to put another glue dot on this, and then after I put that glue dot there, then I'm going to put something to cover the magnet so you don't see the magnet. But now look, see, it snaps shut. Isn't that cool? I love it. It's like a real purse. It'll snap shut. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is then add the handle, the beaded handle. I've already strung the beads here. Now the material that I've used to string the beads is from Beadalon or Beadalon. And it is a 0.018 inch thick 7-strand nylon coated stainless steel cord. And it's a little bit flexible, and that's kind of good for this because it's going to hold pretty good. Now the beads that I'm using are 4mm fiber optic beads. The one that I used on here, these are the Swarovski glass pearls in the charcoal color. But these are fiber optic beads, and they're kind of cool. Kind of match the olive in here. That's why I chose them. Okay, another thing you're going to need is you're going to need some crimp beads. Now these are 2mm by 2mm crimp bead, and you're going to need 2 of them. Okay, and then you're also going to need to punch little tiny holes in this. Now you have to be really careful that you don't make the holes too big. I'm going to use my piercing mat here, but I'm going to use it this way, okay? And you could use your paper piercing tool, but just don't punch all the way, because then you'll be making a hole way too big. In fact, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use something that's a little more narrow. And about maybe a little over a quarter of an inch in, right at the crease, you're going to make a little hole there and on the other side too. Can you see that? Make sure I'm on camera. Okay. Small holes, okay? Not big holes, because you don't want the beads to come through. Okay, now you're going to take one end of your strand and you're going to put it through that little hole that you just made. Okay? Now you're going to take one of your crimp beads and put it in here, say about maybe a half an inch down, so it doesn't fall out. Now I'm going to be using something called crimping pliers. Crimping pliers have 2 ways to squeeze. One will make a little moon shape, and one will fold that moon shape flat. So I'm going to take this and make my little moon shape first and squeeze it real tight around this piece of wire. I don't know if you can see that little moon shape that it makes. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. I don't know if it does that or not. You can see that. And then you're going to crimp it around. Now, I'm sure you can find somewhere on YouTube how to make some perfect crimps with these crimping tools. It's not really that difficult. It takes a little bit of practice. Once you have it, then you see how that's in there now. Okay? It's not going anywhere. Okay. So now I'm going to pull this taut this way. Just bring my beads all the way down to the bottom there. I'm going to string this through. Don't pull too tight. Okay, you see that? This is where my beads are. Now I'm going to take another crimp bead and I'm going to thread it through and let it fall all the way to the bottom. And then I'm going to use my crimping tools this way. I don't want to do it too tight, but I also don't want to do it too loose because I want those beads to stand up. Now I'm going to crimp it as tight as I can. And then I'm going to go and turn it around and flatten that little moon shape that I just made. If these pliers will let me do it without catching on the magnet. That's the problem. These magnets, they want to attract anything metal, anything steel. All right, let me get in here like this. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Keeps wanting to twist around. Bear with me here. Okay, I got it now. Squeeze tight. Okay. Now when I close it, see? That'll stand up a little bit better like that. Okay. Now you're going to want to put a little bit of clear glue, a little glob of clear glue. If you have a hot glue gun, that would be good, so that the paper kind of doesn't want to break through. I have some tacky glue here. Tombow mono adhesive will probably work too. But I'll apply a little bit more of this later. The next thing you want to do is cut your wires. Your beading. See how that wants to snap and attach? Cut it flush to those little crimp beads. Okay. Then add your glue, then let your glue dry, and then close it shut. Now I'm going to decorate this with a little bit of a cabochon here. This is just something I colored with my alcohol markers. Just something for the middle that matches. Okay. There you go. Now I want to put a little tag on here. Here's something else that I'm kind of disappointed that Stampin' Up! Is retiring. This is a round array stamp set. It's so cute. I love this because I have the 7-inch, the 7/8 inch of an inch punch. And I just got this, and I was like, oh man, you're retiring this already. It's a good thing I got this when I did. Because I love these little things here. Okay, I've just stamped it with Old Olive. Since I've got Old Olive here, I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on the back of this. And I'm going to peel that off. And I think I'll place it right about here. Okay. All right. What do you think? Cute little purse. Going to carry a lot of stuff in there. It's my other one that I used some of the free DSB that I got during celebrations. So hope you guys try this. It's really cool. I love these little purses. Make a nice little gift for my great-granddaughter. What do you think? Love it. Once again, I am Jeanette with G Amazing Paper Crafts. You make it a great day. Bye-bye.